Okay, so how do y'all feel about that, right? Voice, eyes, touch, there's a lot of communication going on there in a very quick, brief moment, both ways. So the dog communicating to you, you communicating to him. What you can do to improve all your interaction with them is going to go to the next step, which is leash handling. Let's say it equals care. I love throwing these words in there. Calm, aware, respect, and engage. This is how leash handling takes place, right? So if you got to take a dog out, you're going to have to move them. You're going to have to use a lot of care. Now, calm is your attitude prior to working in the kennel. It's for everybody, but specifically those who are going into the kennel. If you have to rush in, and the phones are ringing off the wall, and you're highly stressed, dog's going to pick up on this.
Melissa and Ashley.
There you go. Yep.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just one of those things we have to find the time in our brain to say, oh, I'm definitely sending the wrong message. You've heard of energy. You can be giving off the wrong energy. And this happens on a regular day with zero stresses going on in the world. Each one of us have a different energy level. Certain dogs will just, I mean, they want to be under my wing. They just recognize my power that I take, my control that I take. Some dogs will absolutely just want to be under Nadia's wing because she's gentle and often you're very soothing to the animals. And so they really take refuge in your energy. Distracted is bad energy because in a way you could be sending off that message of either importance or non-importance, and depending on their personality, that can have the wrong message. So your attitude sends a direct message, whether it's being distracted, frustrated, or upset. This is going to stress out an animal. The rule of thumb is the dog will often mirror your emotion, right? Okay. Now, aware. Be aware of your surroundings by looking out for volunteers, staff, obstacles, dangers. A safe working environment, unfortunately, it is up to you and you alone. Move obstacles, close gates, communicate with those around you, and read and obey all signs. Place water and food bowls safely to the right or to the corner of the gate. Please don't, I noticed this, I noticed that we were asked this by one of our volunteers, or a few of our volunteers, but the convenience of placing it right at the door is an inconvenience down the road to everyone else, because dogs generally will slip and hit the water bowl, and water goes flying, food goes flying into our grates. It is in the way of getting the dogs in and out of the cage. It's a simple little thing. Just move it over, please, to the corner of the gate.
To the side with the hinges.
Where are the hinges? I'm sorry, that's what I meant by the corner. Correct. Okay. Where am I? So spills make for a slippery mess, and when removing leashes, already have your body out of the kennel. I'm going to get to that in a little bit, but so you just don't want to be removing the leash and then exiting the kennel. You should already be body out. We'll get to that, like I say, in a minute. Okay, while unlatching his leash, this is very important. Be attentive to any postural changes. Some of our more frequent bites happen on that last moment of taking off the collar. That postural change, any that takes place, is his way of communicating back to you how he's feeling. I'm going to get more into the collar and the leash. So this is just a general awareness about your leash handling. Okay. Respect the animal. I can't say that one enough. A fearful, nervous dog cannot, will not, must not be pushed into a corner, regardless of how busy you are. So that includes physically or emotionally pushing them past their tolerance. response. This is why body language is so critical. You know what? Sometimes it only takes that second longer, and you do have a second. That second to be aware of the fact, oh, son of a gun, I'm totally stressing that animal out. Oh my gosh, he's so intimidated. Oh, I'm so sorry. You know, there's nothing wrong with apologizing to a dog. It truly, you know, helps them see that it's okay. So you're reaching in, and all of a sudden the dog's pulling back. Oh, buddy, I'm sorry. Seriously, you can't do that more genuinely, and you have to do it genuinely. So you have to be truly respecting the animal in order to convey a genuine emotion. Nobody here is a good enough actor. I'm a great actor.
Dogs are very good lie detectors.
They really are. So you're like going in, and the dog goes, oh, oh, that helped. No.
Away.
Didn't help, right? So genuinely feeling, respecting, caring for that animal will be transferred, bang, right to the animal. They'll believe you. And that's really what it comes down to. Okay, read the dog's body language and then respond accordingly. He's pulling away, back off for a second. You're reaching and touching and he's stiffening up. Whoa, hands off for a moment. Okay, engage. A fearful, nervous dog, yep, we know, not pushed into a corner. Lost my train of thought for a minute. The best way to handle an animal, we already talked about this, sorry, is you demonstrate a genuine interest in them. Dominant dogs don't take orders from strangers. So right now, if we were talking about more scary, dominant animals, and you're trying to handle them, and you're trying to tell them what to do, and what you're going to do, it doesn't matter. You're a stranger. That's one of our big problems, is that we have to handle animals in a quick, orderly, family time, and yet we don't get that opportunity to engage with them and figure out if they like us and we like them. So all of it's done on the fly. Now, a more overwhelmed, fearful dog needs to trust his handler in order to feel safe. Because an unsafe, fearful dog is a risk, for sure. As much of a risk as a dangerous, dominant dog who thinks you're telling him what to do. So that engaging has more to do with a genuineness, love that word, but a genuineness of what you are to them. You're the cookie guy. I've seen you do it. Not necessarily every time and all the time. We have lots of dogs who can't eat cookies. But there's something to be said about, hey man, you know, 3 people line up and one's always giving me cookies. I might like that cookie guy better than you. And you, all you ever do is poke and prod. And all you ever do is remove my stuff and throw stuff at me. I don't even know who you are. And me? All I ever do is walk by and look at them in their cages. So, I mean, who am I going to like? I don't like the cookie guy. I mean, if it's going to come down to it, that's my choices. I'll take the cookie guy. Every time I walk in the room, I hand you $100. Guess what? You're going to like me a lot.
That's right.
Yeah, okay. Now, building relationship with each dog you handle will help you better read them, understand and relay the necessary information for you and for their safety.